Oh hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Chambers channel. If you don't mind delicately tapping that like button, subscribing to my channel, and turning on your post notifications, I'll gladly appreciate it. And when I'm walking through the streets of the Bronx or Harlem or any parts of the city, people always want to know, Ty, what stocks do I need to buy? I'm not going to talk about stocks specifically that you'll need to buy, but that's why you'll need to do your research or talk to a financial advisor. But what I can do is point you in the direction of several index funds to get you started. I like index funds for two reasons. The first is that they could perform just as well or sometimes even better than mutual funds. The second is you don't have to pay those same fees to a fund manager to see that type of performance. Index funds are often referred to as exchange traded funds or ETFs because they are traded on exchanges just like ordinary stocks. And for the purpose of this video, I'll be using the terms index funds and ETFs interchangeably. There are several ETFs I would like to talk about in this video. Since I want to point out different styles, maybe you can find your own style. The first one I would like to talk about is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, which is known by its ticker VOO. VOO holds stocks that comprise of the S&P 500 index, which is an index that lists the top 500 companies in the market. VOO basically tracks the performance of the market itself and has a super low expense fee of 0.03%. Given that it tracks the market itself, it doesn't beat or lose to the market. Over 10 years, the average return of the market is around 13%. That means that this fund will give you a good return at no greater risk than the stock market itself. Next, I want to talk about three technology-focused funds. The first is the Invesco QQQ Trust, or QQQ. The second is the FDN, which stands for First Trust Dow Jones Internet Fund. And the third is PSJ, which is the Invesco Dynamic Software Fund. All three of these funds have seen outrageously high performance over the last 10 years. This is because they focus on the technology sector where high innovation has driven up stock prices. In these three funds, you're gonna find companies like Amazon, Apple, Google, or Microsoft. If you have a high interest in technology, any of these funds will do. But just research the holdings to see which ones fit you best. And finally, FDN has averaged over 20%. This is market-beating performance. Now, there's popular wisdom that says that you should buy stocks of companies that make things you love. And if you have interest in that, there's an ETF for that as well. Let's talk about VCR. That stands for the Vanguard Consumer Discretionary ETF. This fund specializes in the consumer discretionary space. This is the category of companies that consumers spend their leisure money on. In this fund, you'll find companies like Nike, Amazon, McDonald's, or even Tesla. This fund is a little bit more volatile. That's because the companies in it do very well when the economy is good and people have spending money, but maybe not as good when people are staying inside like right now. With that being said, this index has done very well for the past 10 years. It's returned an average of a little over 15%. That's basically ahead of what the market has done more broadly. Finally, if you're hunting a vaccine for the coronavirus, we have an ETF for that as well. Let's talk about PSCH. That is the Invesco S&P Small Cap Healthcare ETF. PSCH invests in smaller healthcare research companies, some of which are doing the research today that could be the vaccine for COVID-19 tomorrow. It has a stellar 10-year performance of nearly 18%. This makes it a very strong performer against the overall market. These are just some suggestions that you can use to get started investing. Always remember to do your research and come up with an investment strategy of your own. I'm gonna keep coming with information and ideas. So if there's anything that you'd like to see me cover, let me know in the comments. I hope this video was informative and helps you build generational wealth for you and your family. So if you don't mind obliterating that like button, subscribing to my YouTube channel, and turning on post notifications, that'll help with that YouTube algorithm, and I'll gladly appreciate it.